And we're back. Episode 2, Behind the Songs. This was definitely a project of introspection of my relationships. Like, not just romantically, but platonically, parentally, and internally. And I feel like Toe the Line specifically is just me reflecting on how me and one of my friends were kind of in this weird space where we weren't really talking to each other, and there was this sense of, like, I don't know, not knowing how the other person would react or how I might react in response to whatever they might say. And we were both just kind of being very, like, non-confrontational and didn't really say just what we needed to say to each other. And that's essentially how I start the song, by saying, can I create alternate feelings for what another person says? Sometimes your words have other meanings than the first thing that pops in my head. And basically, this is me saying that, like, I be overthinking and will create entire storylines of how someone doesn't like me, or they don't want to be my friend anymore, or they're mad at me, we're never gonna be friends again. But it's also me saying that with this person, they're not always upfront with me and with their words, you know? And so, like, they may say things are fine, but their energy doesn't necessarily reflect that. But after we had a little sit down with each other and we talked it out, it was obvious that we were both kind of feeling some of those same feelings. That lack of feeling like you're in control, or just fear of how somebody else is going to respond, just like stopped us, at least me, from having that conversation earlier. And I think I really reflect that in, like, some of my favorite lines, which are like, tried to hold my tongue, left a bad taste in my mouth. Fear of halitosis. When it all comes out. And then when I said, all my softer emotions held enough tears to fill oceans. And I feel like those two lines really just kind of sum up like the feeling behind wanting to be able to talk to somebody, but just being very fearful of the potential outcomes. Like, you're just working through all of the negatives that could happen. And so because of that, you know, I kind of withdrew and held things in. And I like when lyrics can kind of help you, like, really feel the emotions behind the song, because it invokes one of the five senses. So, like, you know, there's a feeling of anxiety attached with your breath stink. Nobody wants to talk to somebody with some stanky breath, okay? And nobody wants to feel like they have, you know, like halitosis, like super bad breath. Like, we know it's so, like, you know what that smells like, you know what that feels like when you are in that interaction. It's just unpleasant. And so that's kind of what I wanted to come across in that lyric. Also being able to visualize, like, how hurt I was actually feeling by saying, I've held enough tears to fill oceans. Like, that is how hurt I am. And I can tend to lead with harder emotions like anger, or just shutting down entirely, rather than just being vulnerable and being, like, honest about how I truly feel about something. And so this song was really me kind of reflecting on that, and, like, it's okay to be honest, you know, it's not a crime. Like, and if somebody doesn't like what you have to say, you have to suck it up and deal with it, because you're only going to create this self-fulfilling prophecy if you continue to keep quiet. You know, it's only going to be to the detriment of that relationship. So that's kind of like what this song was built off of. But apart from the lyrics of this song, I really, really enjoyed, like, creating the demo and figuring out what I wanted the background vocals to sound like, and just the melody line itself. The track really did a lot of the work for me in terms of writing the melody, because it was just giving this really nice little riff, and I just kind of, like, followed along with it in the chorus, or the pre-chorus, I guess I should say. And I just really enjoyed this. Like, in the demo version, I think I still have this garage in my garage band. I really wanted to do something like cool in the chorus with like gang vocals, and my demo version was not really giving. But when we got to the studio and I told Corby, the mixing and mastering engineer that I work with, like what I was going for, and so with his help and Sarah, his wife, and myself, we made it happen. And I just like how it adds emphasis to a part that I just think needs to be emphasized in the song. And I feel like I can tell that through the journey of writing the songs for this EP, since I wrote this one kind of later, I feel how much more comfortable I am trying out new things and voicing like what I want in the song. So I feel like the message of the song is an affirmation that I needed to just like kind of speak my truth. And yeah, that's the story behind the song. I hope y'all enjoy, and vote below which one you want me to do next. Bye.